Hello, Lesson 2-3, Using Mental Math to Add. You know how to add numbers on a hundreds chart. Today you will add with mental math by using place value or making a 10. This was a tough lesson for a lot of students today. The school store sold 36 pencils last week. It sold 23 pencils this week. Use mental math to figure out how many pencils were sold in all. And mental math means you can't write it down, you got to think about it in your mind. Pause the video now and whenever you need to think about these problems on your own. 36 plus 23 equals what? What is one way you could find the sum using mental math? We discussed this as a class today. We talked about what we did in our minds to figure this out. This girl has an idea. Here's what she's saying. Break apart the addends, that's the numbers that are being added, that's 36 and 23 in this problem. Break apart the addends into tens and ones. 36 equals 30 plus 6, and 23 equals 20 plus 3. Add the tens. 30 plus 20 equals 50. Add the ones. 6 plus 3 equals 9. Then add those sums. 50, your sum from your tens, plus 9, your sum from your ones, is 59. That's your answer. This boy has another way of doing it. He says, break apart the 23 into 20 plus 3. So far, his way is the same way as the girls, but then he does something different. Add 36 to 20. 36 plus 20 is 56. So the second addend, he didn't break it apart at all. Then add 3. That was the ones you took off from the other addend. 56 plus 3 is 59. Which way do you like better? Students were asked this question. We talked about which way we like better. There's not a right answer or a wrong answer. There's just two different ways of doing it. Now try this one. Find 45 plus 22 using mental math. The girl says, here are my first two steps. What's next? She would break apart both addends into tens and a ones. Then she would add the tens. 40 plus 20 is 60. Then she would add the ones. 5 plus 2 is 7. Then she would add the tens column and the ones column to get 67. Then the boy tried it. Here's his first two steps. What's next? He would break apart the 22 into 20 plus 2. Then he added 45, one of the addends, to 20. He got 65. He still had two ones hanging out that he needed to add in for his final answer, so he did that in his last step. 65 plus 2 is 67. Here's another one. Find 38 plus 26 using mental math. Here comes the kitty, and the students like seeing the kitty. Here's a third way of doing it. Hi, Miss Knert, can I give this one a try? I have a way of doing it that no one's mentioned yet. So let's see the way the cat does it. The cat says, I don't like breaking numbers into tens and ones. I like to move a few ones from one number to the other to make them easier to add. I know 38, that's one of the addends. I know 38 is close to 40. I will break apart two ones from 26, making it 24. I will give those two to 38, making it 40. And at the bottom of the screen, I wrote the steps that she's explaining there. Now just one more step. I will add 24 to 40 to get my final answer. So she just rearranged some of the ones in the addends there to make it easier to add. And at the bottom of the screen, you can see what she's done there. 24 plus 40 equals 64. Here's me again. I like all these ways. The kitty's way looks good but tough. Let's try it as a class. Find 28 plus 17 using mental math. The kitty says your first step is to think about how many ones to move from one number to the other number. You want to make the numbers easier to add. So think about that yourself. What could you take from one of those addends and put on the other addend to make it easier to add? I know 28 is close to 30. I will break apart 2 ones from 17, making it 15. Then I will give those 2 to 28, making it 30. What's next? My last step is to add 15, and that's the number that was left over from 17 after those 2 ones were taken out, plus 30, and that was the addend 28 plus those 2 ones that were taken out. So 15 plus 30, that's an easier problem to add. 15 plus 30 is 45. This one looks like the problems you'll do in the book. Try it on your own. Pause the video right now to see if you can fill in what those blue boxes should say. Here's the answers, what those blue boxes should say. 25 plus 12. 12 can be broken apart into 10 plus 2. 25 plus 10 is an easier problem to solve. It's 35. 35 plus those leftover 2's is 37. So we know 25 plus 12 is 37. That was it for today.